is the story of the fox and the grapes, a tale of determination and disappointment. Once upon a time, in a lush forest, there lived a clever and resourceful fox who was struggling with hunger. She hadn't eaten for several days, and her stomach growled with a fierce intensity. Desperate for food, she wandered through the woods, hoping to find something to eat. As she meandered along a winding path, her eyes suddenly caught sight of a magnificent grapevine garden. The vines were heavy with plump, ripe grapes that glistened in the sunlight, and the sight of them made her mouth water. The fox's heart raced with excitement as she imagined the sweet, juicy taste of the grapes. Driven by hunger and desire, she leapt towards the hanging clusters, but they were just out of reach. Undeterred, she took a few steps back and tried again, jumping as high as she could. But despite her best efforts, the grapes remained elusive, swaying gently in the breeze, mocking her attempts. Frustrated but not ready to give up, the fox paused to catch her breath. She thought to herself, if only the vine were a bit lower, I could easily reach the grapes. Determined to succeed, she tried again, putting all her strength into one final leap. Yet, no matter how hard she tried, the grapes remained beyond her grasp. Exhausted and defeated, the fox sat down, panting heavily. She gazed longingly at the grapes for a moment before standing up and shaking her head. With a sigh, she turned away, trying to console herself. As she walked back into the forest, she muttered, "Those grapes are probably sour anyway. Who would want to eat sour grapes?" And so the fox continued on her way, leaving the grapevine garden behind, her hunger still gnawing at her, but her pride somewhat intact. Moral: when things don't go our way, it's human nature to find excuses to make ourselves feel better. But perhaps with a different perspective, we could appreciate what we have rather than focus on what we don't. Thank you.